Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Wherever you are, remember you have greatness inside of you. Welcome back to another pregame show with the hockey coach guru, Coach FRENCHY. Game number 20 for the Montreal Canadiens host tonight, the Nashville Predators. I'm going to give you all the information you need to know before the game starts tonight. And Montreal makes some change, so don't go nowhere. Here we go. Game number 20. This is the last game of the first quarter of the season, Montreal Canadiens. Don't forget, I'm going to give you produce another video about the first quarter, a report card for each player, the staff, personal staff, the coach, the GM is coming for the next couple of days, so don't miss this one. It's really nice to watching my ranking for each player from A to F. So don't miss this video. But before we start this video, we want to remind you, subscribe, sharing, and also click on the likes. That will helping us to grow. And finally, your prediction of the game between the Montreal Canadiens and the Nashville Predators. Let's dive in about what you need to know for the game tonight. Like we do, we produce you all the information by number, and of course the game tonight is at 7 o'clock. And don't forget, we have a live stream also, play-by-play with the hockey coach guru, Coach FRENCHY. Montreal lost the last 3 games. They are now, after 19 games, 13 and 2. The last 10 games, 2-6-2. At home, they are now 3-6-1. On the road, 1-7-1. At surprise team in my eyes, the Nashville Predators played better what was my expectation. First of all, 9-6-1 since the beginning of the season, 7-2-1 the last 10 games, and unfortunately the last game, they are 4-3-0 at home and 5-3-1 on the road. Of course, they play right now without their star, Philip Forsberg. The power play, very solid power play for the Nashville, 6 in NHL. Of course, Montreal are at the bottom at 29. Penalty kill, not champ for the Montreal, again, 29. For the Nashville, they are 21 in NHL. Goals for, pretty much both teams struggle. Montreal are at the bottom with only 2 goals per game, and the Nashville 22nd in NHL. For the goal again, Nashville is doing very well, of course, with zeros between the pipe at 2.63. They are 10. Montreal at the bottom at 3.53. This is really, they have a difficult time since the beginning of the season. Shot for Montreal 22nd. And Nashville are 31. Does not shoot a lot on the net with only 27.4. Shoot again, both do not too bad. 11 for Nashville is 16. The leader of each team on different categories, most points, still Nickski, 14. He did not have 0 point in the last 4 games. Also, Hoffman, Anderson, Chariot, and Zuski have 4 goals. Finally, Allen Stock again at 4 because he's on injury list. Petrie is at 24 minutes per game for the Nashville. What about Matt Duchene? Bones back this year with 16 points. Uzi also has 16 points in Greenland. Duchene have 9 goals. Zaros have 7 W as a goaltender. The TOI, of course, the captain, Roman Uzi with 25 20. They're shopping up what you need to know. Montreal 4-13-2, Predator 9-6-1. The game starts at 7 o'clock in Montreal. Montembeault is going to get the nods tonight versus Zaros. At that moment, it's not confirmed, but expect him to be between the pipe. The last 5 games, Montreal only won 3-1 with a differential of -9. One of the problems they got. The power play really struggled at 2-20 and 2-12 attempts. PK 3-11. Whiteman have the most points the last 5 games with 4 assists also. Sharia 1 goal. You can see by those numbers, guys, they struggle on the offensive side. Special teams struggled the last 5 games for Montreal Canadiens on both ways. The player you have to watch for Nashville, of course, Duchene, Greenland, Hosey, and Hohenson. They are really the one that dominate for the Nashville Predator about their offensive side. The last 10 game, Montreal 2-6-2, differential also the -9, and then the power play 5-27, 6-28. The history from head to head between the Predator and the Montreal Canadiens, they only play one game, guys, the last 3 years, and only a win by the Nashville. The last 10 game between both teams, 4-6-0 at Montreal and 6-3-1 for the Nashville. The all-time, they only played 27 games between both teams. 12-9, 1-5 for Montreal, 14-6 and 1-6 for the Nashville. Percentage of 648 Nashville against Montreal, 556. 30 points for Montreal and 35 for the Nashville Predator. Only score 60 goal against Nashville and a goal against 76 for the Montreal Canadiens. One thing I'd like to give you, those more information deeper about that. You can watch this, but it's pretty cool to see this. This is provided by Versus a company. So you can watching this. I'm not going to go through this. You can pause the video to get you. But this is the time now for the Frenchy Corner. Game number 20 of the season. Dominic Charm have a lot of chin this morning. We talk about coach. Chris Whiteman is going to be in, and they remove Michael Peseta of the lineup. But why? Because Montreal decided to play with 7 defensemen, 11 forward. I would be curious about what they're going to do with Rand Poland. Is he going to become a winger or not? That's my biggest question about that one over there, the utilization of Rand Poland and Lekonen. So there's something we're going to follow up for sure during the game and bring to you during the post game. Montembeault got the nods tonight, like I mentioned earlier, not Keaton Primo. Surprised about that one over there. But again, I'm sure Deschamps have some reason. Bergevin, COVID-19. He got the COVID-19 protocol yesterday, so he's going to be not around the team, unfortunately for him. I make a live stream yesterday about what Montreal what they should do. You can watching this. That would be great to learn about this. Listen, Montreal guys, no offensive, 2 goals per game. Does not work that way, guys. They have goal above expectation, -13. That's the problem. They cannot put the puck in the net. That's the biggest problem. Talk about Zuski, the last 4 games at 0. Talk about 240. Anderson, Dvorak, Gallagher, Petrie. Those are the catalyzer of what they should score, and they cannot do it at that moment. And that's the reason. That's the reason they struggle on the offensive side. That's the reason why they cannot win more. They are on average of 2 goals per game, guys. You cannot win in NHL. I don't know what's the problem there. And on the flip side, they are a little bit better on the opportunities. They cannot finish it. That's the problem they have at that moment. Great words from Josh Anderson during the press conference Friday. They mentioned, listen, guys, it's not, we cannot communicate with the coach. We like Dominic Charm. The system is simple. It's not too complicated. We practice this all the time. Yeah, no fraction between the coach and the player. We know Dominic for over 2 years now. It's not a problem. The problem is who wear the jersey. It's us. And the same we said to Hello to 40, we need to get better. So the players know the problem right now is them. They have to fix it. Whatever it is right now, I don't want to mention more, but the players realize we don't want to, the coach lost his job or the Bergevin situation. It's us now. We have to get better. So we'll be interested how they're going to react. And the reason I put after that, work ethic, please 60 minutes, because the last game, guy, it was embarrassing to watching them. For what we saw, it was no effort, and they gave up right away, and they had no confidence on them. Me, I said they can lose the next 64 game, whatever they have right now. The point is, for me, is I want to see effort. I want to see game with 60 minutes, exciting game, entertaining game. Whatever they lose, at least they play. It's fun to watching. But right now, the last game, guy, it was the bottom of the bottom. After 19 games, there was not what they expect, what happening. Bergevin, he was discouraged after the game. He have an interview Friday. It was this, not who we are. Duchamp said this was bad. It was the worst game of the season. And finally, as the fans, you have a right, to be frustrated, disappointed, and also to be embarrassing about what the performance of Montreal Canadiens last game. It's the realistic here. We have to be realistic. The point right now is we don't have a great team at that moment. And unfortunately, guys, on paper, we have a good players. They just do not perform at the level they should be. That's the sadness behind that one. I'm telling you right now, we are a better team of what we are right now in the standing. Promise me, not promise me, but believe me, we have a better team. It's just we don't play at the level we should play. Suzuki Toffoli shake-up. Guys, they have to. Suzuki is the dominate players on the offensive side. He struggles right now. Toffoli follows Suzuki. It does not work. Now, Caulfield joined play with them. We'll see what Dominic Duchamp is going to do as the line tonight. But we have to be sure those two players I mentioned have to carry on that team on the offensive side. They have to play better at that moment. The last 4 games, both of them struggled more and more. On the flip side, for the yellow team, Nick Cousins be back in the lineup. It was confirmed this morning, so expect him. I don't know if Dvorak will be out or which player is going to be removed from the lineup they have right now, the roster. Will be interesting. But again, compared for Montreal, the Suzuki, the Toffoli, the Anderson, the Drouin, the Gallagher, the Petrie, the elite player from Montreal Canadiens compared to the Nashville step up. The Ozzy, the Patterson, the Duchamp, the Hohenson, the Grenland, those guys carry on the team. The zeros between the pipe, they carry on the team, and that's the difference between the Nashville and the Montreal Canadiens in the beginning of the season. When you go to watching the lineup, the roster, you're going to see, geez, they are not better to Montreal Canadiens, but what's happening, they perform better on the ice. That's the reason why they are 9-6-1 compared to Montreal at 4-13-2. The next couple of graphics I'm going to give you, guys, it's not too much. First of all, before that, I want to mention the Canadian prospect. I love to bring this to you during the break game. What happening yesterday, Friday, and Thursday. Look about Jan Mysak. He's on fire, guys. He have 7 points the last 3 games. You have to give him that way. And then also, I love also Aber Ajax have a goal yesterday. Kidney 2 points yesterday. And also Joshua, who was doing very well on Thursday. We have Simoneau doing well. So that's what give you also all the results in the beginning season, so you can take a time to watch it. I'm not going to go through the list, but right there on my eyes, Kidney is great. Mysak is getting better for the last 4 games. Joshua, who have a great year at Sherbrooke, finally. Simoneau also with Charlottetown. What about Aber Ajax? They have 11.11 game in our same situation with Keaton Cooley. Cool at the Prince Albert with 12 points and 13 game. So the lineup, guys, is a little bit different. So I give you the last roster. But do not figure out this because now we don't have Pesada in that list over there. And you can stop that. But again, Montembeault between the pipe. And for the Nashville guys, this friend right now, you're missing Nick Cousins. I believe Thomas Novak will be out. What my expectation again. But that gives you an idea of their lineup at that moment for them. So this is their power play and the PK. I don't see that would be chance for the Nashville Predator. Look, this video a little bit longer. I understand. I tried to give you more information about the Montreal Canadiens prospect, what I'm thinking about the team, a little bit more information you need to know before the game starts. But before we leave, we invite you. Don't forget to subscribe. Please share with you friends and your family members about what we produce at the Hockey Nation Live Show. And finally, click on the likes. That would be awesome. And tell us your prediction of the game between the Nashville Predator and Montreal Canadiens. And also, of course, you have greatness inside of you. Have an amazing, great, blessing day, everybody. I look forward for the play-by-play live stream with the hockey coach, Coach FRENCHY. Bonne journée, mes amis. Je vous invite à vous abonner. Of course, S'il vous plaît, n'hésitez pas à cliquer sur le likes et finalement, dites-nous la prédiction de la rencontre entre le Montreal Canadiens et le Nashville Predators. Et je vous revois pour la prochaine vidéo avec l'entraîneur, coach FRENCHY. Bonne journée.